My name is Slavka, I'm from Alabama, and this channel is about living, traveling, and learning. See you on the road.
Alright guys, we're in Laredo going to pick up at Heineken USA. That's the import beer they're doing from Dos Equis. We've been here this October, if you go back a few episodes. So we're gonna pick up the beer here. The interesting thing is, where are we going? We're going to Santa Fe, New Mexico. Now, the interesting part is not about Santa Fe, but rather the route we're gonna be taking. Alright, I gotta check in here and tell you all about the route that we're going. So if you guys remember, a few months back, I've picked up at this exact same location back in October, I think it was, right the Laredo, Mexico border here. So yeah, we're picking up same shipper, but this time instead of going to northern Minnesota, we're going to Santa Fe, New Mexico. And the reason I'm excited about this trip is because we're going to be taking pretty much no freeways at all. Not because of a choice, but because there's really none to be taken in that direction. So we're going to be going on a series of state highways and basically along the Rio Grande, along the Mexican border in southern Texas, and then cut across I-10, Fort Stockton right here. And we're going to continue north. It's all going to be, we're going to get through Roswell, New Mexico, the UFO capital of the world. So we're going to hit all these cool landmarks. The area around here is very, very mountainous and hill. Like the part of Texas right here, there are mountains here. Then it flattens out, and the mountains again over here, and lots of deserts. So we're going to be mostly in the desert entire trip. 777 miles from door to door. So that's our trip, guys. We're going to be heavy because that's the beer load. They maximize everything to the max. It's going to be interesting. The load is paying $3,000 on 770 miles. So that's pretty good rate. And I'm hoping that once I'm there in Santa Fe, I want to bounce to California. So hopefully my young friend dispatcher finds me some decent paying loads somewhere that way. Shouldn't be too bad. We're already halfway there, basically, since leaving the house. So that's the plan, guys, and I'll see you down the road once I'm loaded. Alright, so we have a load of Dos Equis. Let's see if it's overloading us or not. Rolling along our nation's southern border. I've seen a lot of Texas National Guard units just on the Humvees along the road, and they just park there with one soldier standing out looking into some kind of display or something. I wonder if they're controlling drones, or I don't know what they're doing, but I'm sure it's border related. The border is just right there, just to the left, like a mile or two from here. There's no more roads south of here. It's all Mexico down there. And I wonder what they're doing. And there were a lot of them there. I've passed at least 30 Humvees like this every half a mile spaced out. We're passing over Amistad Reservoir. Rio Grande damped up. The international line with Mexico is to the left, 3 miles from here. The water level looks really low. There's Amistad Dam. You can kind of see it to the left. I don't know if I was going to show up on camera. Here's another one of those border checkpoints. Probably one of half a dozen I'll pass today. It's because I'm constantly near the border, so they're everywhere on every major highway. I already passed 2 since leaving Laredo. This is the 3rd one. Now let's see what they want to know this time. Hello? Just myself. Yes. Well, they all had the same question today. Every day you go through here, they have slightly different questions, I've noticed. And they probably have like specific thing, you know, that they each day that they start up. So I don't know if you heard it. Is anyone with you? You know, obviously no. And then he's like, are you a U.S. citizen? Yes. And that's it. And that, they had a drug dog or something in there. I'm not sure. Just kind of casually sniffed around the cab and went on its business. So yeah, that's a 3rd checkpoint. Same exact question. And like I said, you come a different day, they'll ask you different things, so it's interesting. Good morning, my YouTube people. We're in Sanderson, Texas, along the Mexican border, continuing our trip in this beautiful morning. Sun's just about peeking over the horizon in about 20 minutes. You can see the sunrise out in the east. We're in Sanderson, Texas. This is near a Great Bend area in Texas. We're going to continue our direction of northwest towards New Mexico. So I'm just getting ready to leave, doing a pre-trip, making sure everything's still attached the way it was yesterday. We got seal intact. No Mexicans jumped in overnight in the trailer. It's always a plus. I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. It's still kind of dark, but okay. It was very nice sleep here. It was quiet. I'm going to get going shortly. Today I have less than 400 miles to go to my final deliveries tomorrow morning. So we're gonna get near Santa Fe, New Mexico, somewhere about. Park and wait till the morning and go for a delivery. And I'll see you down the road, guys. We're in West Texas, the heart of the Permian Basin oil field. Every square mile here is covered by dozens and dozens of these pumping the wells and tanks and all kinds of pipelines. This is the oil patch of the United States. Not much else here. It's mostly desert and oil. I guess 2 and 2 go together really well. Now all you can see is the tanks and wells. That's it. And power lines, obviously for the pumps and everything else, all the infrastructure. Going around Roswell, New Mexico, the official UFO capital of the world, I suppose. I just don't know by whose. Oh, there's a dog on the road. Okay, that dog's gonna be dead dog pretty soon. He is literally on the road. That's scary. I'm fully loaded, so it's like stopping is it's, you know, it may happen or may not. So wow, I hate that. Animals, people walking out in the road like this just makes your butthole squeeze extra tight. You know, you got your foot on the brake as hard as you can. You hear those air brakes going, whoosh, and you're just slowly decelerating. Boy, I'm glad I'm heavy today. The crosswind is something else. We got up to 1,600 foot altitude here on the plateau in New Mexico, and the winds are ferocious out of the west. If I was empty there, I would have been stopping at this point. It's, you know, just helps that I'm almost max weight right now. It doesn't blow me off the road that easy, but I still got to hold the steering wheel kind of cockeyed when the gusts hit me. But we're almost there. Getting near the receiver for tomorrow delivery, so we almost there. I got about 6 miles left till my stop for the day. So other than that, the weather's good, just very windy up here. It was nice and warm down in southern Texas, and then once I got further into New Mexico, it's just very harsh western wind, and it's about 15 degrees cooler. It's 50 degrees Fahrenheit versus 72 out there. It's Friday, December 10th. We're going out for delivery. The weather definitely turned for worse. Still strong winds from the west, and now it's sleeting. Just hoping to get to my final and unload. And then I got the next load already. I got a deadhead 400 miles, still almost was it Claytown, Arizona. That's a little bit east of Phoenix out there in the mountains, some kind of copper gold mine, so that should be interesting.
Turn at the first right onto Colony Drive.
Finally getting near my receiver. Looking forward to getting this load behind me. Well, great, my alternator decided to take a shit on me today. This morning, I've noticed it wasn't charging. Then I stopped the truck, started, opened the hood, wiggled some wires, and it kind of kept working. Now I've been sitting here at the receiver, and it's only 12.3 volts, so it's not charging at all. The voltage is going to drop. Now, luckily, I have APU. I can start that. It'll keep the battery charged, but I can't keep driving like this. This sucks. It's Friday. That means I'll have to cancel my other load. I have to take care of this. You can get really stuck with a dead alternator. Because I don't want to keep driving with APU on. If I pick up next load, I got a deadhead 500 miles, and then go to California, and that's just too much. Running two engines. Sometimes tapping it a little bit brings it back to life, but that's probably burned out by now. It's original, so I'm not surprised. It's not super expensive or anything like that, it's just annoying. I have to cancel my next pickup, I guess. Oh well. We gotta do what we gotta do, right? Yeah, now it's dead. 12.3. Thing is, like, battery gets critically low, the engine will stop. So I'm gonna turn APU on. This is where APU shines. It's set to turn on automatically at the low voltage. Yeah, I'm only 12.3. So it's programmed to come on at 12.2. It'll automatically turn itself on. We don't need a fan here. We'll just use a standby. What a clusterfuck. Here, I'll just put it in a standby mode. So it's a battery monitor mode. What's going to happen is when it detects the voltage down to 12.2 volts, he'll kickstart the little generator engine. And it has its own separate alternator. So I'm not dead in the water. I can keep driving like that. Alright. Let's go unload and then call my dispatcher and tell them what's up. Because I don't wanna go with a dead alternator anywhere. Alright, well, APU is running. At least we're charging the batteries. They're not being depleted. We can get to the Albuquerque TA. I'm going to try to go TA there. And if that doesn't work out, I mean, they should be able to replace the alternator. It's fairly simple. Yeah, I can even do it myself. I just, at this point, you know, I don't want to go hunting for an alternator, this and that. And just pay them to do it and get it over with. But, yeah, that's APU. Saved my ass again. You see, guys? It's 13.4 volts. That means it's charging. The alternator on APU is not as big as the one here. I think the one on the truck is 200 amps, something like that. 12 volt, 200 amps. The one on the APU is 120 amp. And because it has a longer cable, it runs all the way from the back. Probably about half of that. I get about 60, 65 amps to the batteries. But that's still more than enough to support the truckload and you know, headlights and everything you need to run. So yeah, otherwise this would be a real emergency right now, because once the voltage drops below 12.2, it has the battery cutoff feature, and all the Freightliners and all the Western Stars, it'll just cut the battery right off, and then at that point, you know, you're dead in the water. That's you can't even start the truck at that point. And I'm not even sure what would happen if the diesel engine is running and that happens, because normally if the engine is running, you're getting it charged so that you would never get low voltage cutoff. But if the low voltage cutoff happens because the alternator is dead, it's not charging, that means the computer is off. And if the computer is off, that means the engine is off, because, you know, everything is, all these diesel engines, they're all electronically driven. So yeah, it's crazy. Oh, alrighty. Well, we're gonna limp it to Albuquerque, and then we'll see what's going on there. Well, I'm surprisingly got the door for TA rather fast. I didn't even have to wait. It's kind of unusual. So maybe the day is not lost after all. Maybe we don't have to cancel this. If they can swap out alternator, I'll be good to go. But yeah, APU saved my ass. Just having it running and charging the battery from a severe shutdown emergency where you would need to get towed. I made my delivery and drove another 65 miles up where I needed to be, and the batteries are not ruined. They're being charged. It's just you know, just a matter of swapping in alternator right now, and that's it. And we're gonna keep going. This is probably the third time APU saved my ass, prevented me from having to order a tow truck in the last 2 years. A year ago, I was in Wyoming, and for some reason my batteries just decided to die. It's usually during that transition period when you get cold time of the year. And I wasn't able to turn the truck over, so you just turn the APU on, because it doesn't take a lot of juice to get cranking, and let it run for a little bit. Even dead batteries, you know, they get enough surface charge to crank the engine over. That that would have been bad, because that would have been like 300 some mile tow to a nearest dealer, probably. It was in the wilderness. But yeah, well, let's see what happens if they replace this alternator today. I'm gonna keep going. If it's gonna get late, I may still make it for the load pickup tomorrow. I got 372 miles to go. I definitely would need to get some of these miles down today. But you know, if it gets too late with this repair, well, it's not if they're ordering parts. We'll see. We'll see. Alright guys, wish me luck. I'm sure by the time you watch this video it's all going to be resolved, but it sucks when it happens like this. You know, you're going to pick up the load, you got all the plans, and then like something comes on. But that's how trucking is, you know. It's every minute it could be something new.